Welcome back everyone, my name is Steven, I'm your true champion, and this is another episode of Vanguard Trivia. It's a series where I take random archetypes of the Cardfight Vanguard TCG and tell you all the facts that you may or may not have known about them. Some of the facts you may have heard of, some may be common knowledge, and some may be completely irrelevant to you, but I've really been enjoying digging into the Vanguard anime recently, so let's see if we can't do the same for the TCG. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications so that way you guys can catch the next episode of Vanguard Trivia. And with that being said, let's talk about the Eradicator archetype. The Eradicators are a series of cards that include Eradicator in their card name, and they are exclusive to the Narukami clan of the planet Krei. Some backstory on this archetype: essentially the Eradicators are a special force consisting of those who are exceedingly loyal and faithful to the Dragon Empire, and are chosen from the ranks of the Narukami clan, one of the two major military wings of the Dragon Empire. As the title literally suggests, the aim of the force is to eradicate anyone who dares to make an enemy out of the Empire. All Eradicators are subjected to a special training so that they can make ruthless choices during their mission, no matter how peaceful one acts when they're off duty. In addition, only the upper echelons and those who belong to the Eradicators know who's appointed to bear the title of Eradicator, so any imposters or intruders are dealt with swiftly and without mercy. The main mechanics utilized by the Eradicator archetype are the Limit Break and Break Ground mechanics in order to help retire their opponent's rearguards and gain effects because of this. Much like other Narukami archetypes, the goal of such retiring isn't so they can have greater advantage against their opponents or even grind out wins, it's so they can gain power-ups which lead to them increasing their overall offense in battle. These traits, along with many others, make the Eradicators the main sub-archetype of the Narukami clan. In the anime, this archetype was made famous during the Link Choker era by their flagship user, Naoki Ishida. Despite being the main archetype of Naoki Ishida, the Eradicators were also used by Toshiki Kai during the Link Choker era, as well as Takeru Baba during the G era. And most of the time, whenever these cards were used, they were used to convey the electric and oftentimes explosive feelings the fighters had during the fights they partook in. Even though the Eradicators are vicious and ruthless dragons, they represent the inner strength and determination of their fighters when used in battle. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about some of the main units within the Eradicator archetype. Eradicator, Vowing Sword Dragon. Limit Break 4, this ability is active if you have 4 or more damage. When a Narukami rides this unit, choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the front row, retire it, and choose your Vanguard, and that unit gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn. Auto Vanguard Circle, when this unit attacks, if the number of cards in your opponent's damage zone is 3 or more, this unit gets power plus 2,000 until end of that battle. Continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Lord. If you have a unit without a same plan as this unit cannot attack. Originally released in Trial Deck 9 Eradicator of the Empire on January 26, 2013 for Japanese, and again on October 4th for the English release, this card's original flavor text reads, "Go wild, flash of destruction, lightning overbreak!" Vowing Sword Dragon, along with Solitary Liberator Gancelot, are the first break rides to ever be released in Cardfight Vanguard. However, this card was the first to be officially announced, long before Gancelot. Vowing Sword Dragon was also the first break ride to be used in the anime, albeit accidentally by Naoki Ishida. This card's Fire Collection 2 flavor text is actually taken from Naoki's ride chant when he used this card in the anime, and it reads, "Tear him apart, my avatar!" Now that we got some fun facts out of the way, let's discuss the story of Vowing Sword Dragon, because boy oh boy, is it a good one. Thunder Break Dragon, a warrior of Narukami, was honored to be the first who was bestowed the title of Eradicator. Along with this new title came a new name. The significance that was entrusted with this name is a vow. Once the Sword of Thunder storms the battlefield aiming only for its own victory, now swearing on its new name, the Sword of Oath paves the way not only for its own, but also for those who will follow, all to dedicate absolute victory to the mighty Empire. Vowing Sword Dragon was literally the first break ride and first Eradicator unit ever, and this change that was brought about after the War of Liberation gave rise to a new wave of Narukami warriors that not only tried to grow in strength, but also effect real change within the Empire itself. Wow. Way to go, Vowing Sword Dragon. Way to go. Eradicator, Gauntlet Buster Dragon. Auto Vanguard Circle, Limit Break 4, when your opponent's rearguard is put into your drop zone due to an effect of one of your cards, this unit gets power plus 3,000 and critical plus 1 until end of turn. Act Vanguard Circle, counterblast 2 cards with Eradicator in their card name. Your opponent chooses one of his or her rearguards and retires it. Continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Lord. Originally released in Set 10 Triumphant Return of the King of Knights on February 16, 2013 in Japan and December 13, 2013 in the US, this card's original flavor text reads, "Smash everything, Giga Sparkle Buster!" Now, Gauntlet Buster Dragon is by far one of my favorites, not only from the Eradicator archetype, but the entire Narukami clan itself. And the only fun fact I want to share with you about this card is that it was the first SP I ever pulled from a pack. And by happenstance, it was also used in the deck that got me my first ever tournament victory way back in early 2014. So this card will always have a very special place in my heart as one of the best cards ever created in Cardfight Vanguard. Alright, enough boring stuff. Let's talk about the story of this card. He is an Eradicator of Narukami with sharp horns shaped like thunderbolts who wears gigantic gauntlets. This savage form is not very off, as he's the sort of guy who loves to show off his strength, a berserker with a warlike mouth and personality. Hell, he used to be known as the Wrecker. Those who receive the title Eradicator gain it for two reasons, loyalty or strength. He is in a unique situation in that he gained the title on the merits of strength alone. There are those who say brute force is not true strength. However, his insatiable desire for strength causes him to show off incredible power that surpasses any form of strength of will and spirit. Eradicator, Dragonic Descendant. Auto Vanguard Circle and break 4, counterblast 1, and choose 3 cards with Eradicator in their card name from your hand and discard them. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If the attack did not hit during that battle, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit, and this unit gets critical +1 until end of turn. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn. Act Vanguard Circle, counterblast 2 cards with Eradicator in their card name. This unit gets power +5,000 until end of turn. Continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Lord. Release alongside Gauntlet Buster Dragon in Booster Set 10, Triumphant Return of the King of Knights. This card's original flavor text reads, Sword of Apocalypse! You shall learn what that means the hard way. Being one of the most powerful and well-known cards within the Eradicator archetype, Dragonic Descendant was the only one that actually received a reprint in the G era that wasn't a part of a fighter's collection. In fact, he also received a G era remastered form called Eradicator Dragonic Descendant Sigma in conjunction with a lot of Eradicator Stride support. Now, as you can probably guess, this unit is the current commander of Narukami that rules over all the Eradicators, and it is a ferocious general that is equipped with both the spirit and intimidating sense of a middle-aged warrior and the overwhelming presence that a mere general could only hope to obtain within their entire life. Because it wields one of the Swords of Apocalypse, a pair of swords that is the treasure of the Empire, the current Emperor of the Dragon Empire has strong faith in Dragonic Descendant's strength. This uber dragon that has stalked approximately every power it can obtain rules with the mighty power it obtained, leads with its overwhelming presence, and finally even got its hands on Descendancy. The new march of lightning and thunder will begin now. Are you taking notes, Overlord? Because you really should be. Eradicator, Sweep Command Dragon. Auto Vanguard Circle and break 4, counterblast 2, soul blast 2. When your opponent's rearguard is put into the drop zone due to an effect of one of your cards, you may pay the cost. If you do draw a card, choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the front row and retire it. This unit gets power +5,000 until end of turn. Auto, choose one of your rearguards with Eradicator in its card name and put it into your soul. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rearguards in the front row and retire it. Continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Lord. Originally released in Booster Set 11, Seal Dragons Unleashed, on April 27, 2013 in Japan and October 25, 2013 in the US, this card's original flavor text reads, Let's heed the call to victory, my dear friends, and crush the enemy forces. Some fun facts about this card is that it technically came out before the set 10 Eradicator cards came out, as the US had a different set ordering than Japan. So instead of getting Gauntlet Buster first or Descendant first, we actually got Sweep Command Dragon first, which led to a really interesting meta development here in the US. Also, due to some confusion between the B and P sounds in Japanese, this card's name was originally mistranslated, which led to the funny nickname of Steve by fans since then. I mean, could you imagine it? Eradicator, Steve Command Dragon. Now, Eradicator, Sweep Command Dragon, clad in vivid armor and carrying an almost alien sword, he has a body that's more than 30 meters long, resulting in an appearance that draws a lot of attention to him, no matter what. Without running counter to his appearance, he's a broad-minded warrior, but he's an old-fashioned sort who believes that improving the men's morale is the way to win a war. It seems the arrival of this flashy, awe-inspiring commander motivated something inside the soldiers. Something about him, the showy way he dresses or maybe the way he fights, it inspires all of his comrades, and it's all done in the name of victory for the Empire. His roar reaches to far beyond, making the enemy cower while his men charge faster and harder. The moment that explosive battle cry hits the ears of the enemy, it starts a countdown of the time they have left on this mortal coil. Eradicator, Vowing Saber Dragon, Reverse. Act Vanguard Circle, Calabash 2 and choose 2 of your rearguards with Eradicator in its card name and lock them. Your opponent chooses 2 of his or her rearguards, retires them, and this unit gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn. The locked card is turned face down and cannot do anything. It turns face up at the end of the owner's turn. Continuous Vanguard Circle, if you have a card named Eradicator Vowing Sword Dragon in your soul, this unit gets power plus 2,000. Continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Lord. Originally released in Booster Set 12, Binding Force of the Black Rings on July 6, 2013 in Japan, and February 21st, 2014 in the US, its original flavor text reads, "Looks like you were the ones who should have been eradicated." Vowing Saber Reverse is actually really special since it both was the first reverse and cross break ride unit to appear in the anime. Wow, Naoki really is the guinea pig for new mechanics, huh? A cool feature about this card's art is that it depicts the 2 swords it holds, and both the swords have names. The right one is called the Arms of Exorcism, and the left one is called the First Blade of Thunder. Neat. Now then, let's talk about some lore. Vowing Saber is essentially the guise of Vowing Sword Dragon with its existence warped by Link Joker, the incarnation and soldiers of the Void. It suffers from severe mental pollution that deforms its body, thus giving it this ominous form. Since the thoughts of Link Joker are implanted into the depths of its consciousness, it is possessed by the urge to dominate, seal, and eradicate everything. It holds both its own First Blade of Thunder, Ikazuchi Ichinoa, and Arms of Exorcism, Fukuma no Kaina, the demonic sword of the Void. Its eyes are filled with insanity. The remnant of its past as a loyal knight who vows to fight for the Empire no longer exists. Eradicator, Tempest Bolt Dragon. Act Vanguard Circle and break 4 counterblast 3 cards with Eradicator in its card name. Retire all rearguards of all fighters. Continuous Vanguard Circle, during your turn, this unit gets power plus 2,000 for all fighters' open rearguard circles. Continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Lord. Originally released in Booster Set 14, Brilliant Strike on December 12, 2013 in Japan and July 18, 2014 in the US, this card's original flavor text reads, "There is only place for one at the top." Eradicator Tempest Bolt Dragon was the first card capable of retiring all rearguards of all fighters, a true board wipe. It was later followed by a fellow Eradicator in this respect, Twin Thunder Dragon. In the original anime, when this card was used by Naoki Ishida as the ultimate unit during the Link Joker era, its limit break was called Voltic Kaiser Thunderbolt, while in Vanguard G it was called Ultimate Hurricane when used by Takeru Baba. Tempest Bolt Dragon is a swordsman of Narukami. He is also one of the Eradicator's greatest swordsmiths, renowned for having forged some of the greatest and most legendary swords ever made. Around 400 years ago, he began improving his skills in the way of fencing as a way to test the performance of his swords, and eventually became renowned for his skills and considered quite sublime. While he continues to be one of the world's greatest swordsmiths, it seems that his reputation as a smith is nowhere near that as his reputation in the Empire as a swordsman who values strength above all else. Since he focuses on being the best instead of the strongest, he has paradoxically come closest to the actual strongest there is. The day he becomes the world's greatest swordsmith may be the day he becomes the world's greatest swordsman as well. True Eradicator, Finish Blow Dragon. Stride step. Choose one or more cards with the sum of their grades being 3 or greater from your hand and discard them. Stride this card on your Vanguard Circle from face down in the G zone. Act Vanguard Circle, once per turn, Generation Break 2, counterblast 1 and choose a face down card from your G zone and turn it face up. Until end of turn, this unit gets Auto Vanguard Circle. When your opponent's rearguard is put into the drop zone due to an effect of one of your cards, this unit gets power plus 5,000 and critical plus 1 until end of turn. And if you have a heart card with Gauntlet Buster in its card name, your opponent chooses one of his or her rearguards and retires it. Originally released in G Booster 5 Moonlight Dragon Fang on November 13, 2015 in Japan and January 2016 in the US, this card's flavor text reads, "I'm betting all I have on this one strike." Finally, some more support for Eradicators! It's been thousands of years! Now, as I'm sure you guys know, if you've been watching these videos for a while, that the Stride timeline is a little frustrating to kind of talk about lore-wise because there's so many alternate dimensions where these cards come from that they don't necessarily tie into a specific story, so all I can really give you guys is sort of the specific story that refers to Finish Blow Dragon, and here it is. Finish Blow Dragon is an Eradicator of the Dragon Empire, but in the distant future. None know of how far from the future he comes from, and he was granted the title True Eradicator, meaning the Eradicator among Eradicators, by the Emperor of that time. He performs his secret technique Finish Blow Volt Rush by imbuing his own fighting aura into his weapon, the Diamond Claws, and releasing it as Thunderbolts. These Thunderbolts have power which is 100 times that of natural lightning bolts. Yes, I'm the most fearsome and deadliest wrecker, one who devastates the enemy's future until nothing is left. True Eradicator, Dragonic Descendant, Zillion. Act Vanguard Circle once per turn. Choose a face down card named True Eradicator Dragonic Descendant Zillion from your G zone and turn face up. If you have a heart card with Descendant in its card name until end of turn, this unit gets Auto Vanguard Circle once per turn, counterblast 1, Soul Blast 2, and choose 3 cards from your hand and discard them. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. If that attack did not hit, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit and it gets Drive -1 until end of turn. Originally released in G Booster 9 Divine Dragon Caper, Zillion's flavor text reads, receiving a certain absolute power before the apocalypse is necessary. Now, Zillion is one of the future possibilities of Dragonic Descendant, the commander who leads Narukami's Special Force Eradicators. In the future, where this form exists, the Eradicators saved the Empire from a new threat and have been promoted to the greatest troop of the Dragon Empire. Also in that future, Descendant wields the sword Divine Heaven Shaking Earth, the Empire's treasure among treasures. In the modern era, this sword can only be found in stories, and according to those stories, when one with fitting strength holds a pair of swords of apocalypse, the sword will return to its true form and shake the heavens, the earth, and the deities. Alright, now that we've got those main units out the way, let's finish off the Eradicator archetype by moving to the support cards and the triggers. For grade 0s, we have Ambush Dragon Eradicator Linshu, Eradicator Ambitious Dragoon, Eradicator Blade Hang Draco Kid, Eradicator Blue Gem Carbuncle, Eradicator Drag Phoenix, Eradicator Dragon Mage, Eradicator First Thunder Draco Kid, Eradicator Rare Talent Draco Kid, Eradicator Sharp Impact Dragon, Eradicator Spy Eye Wyvern, Eradicator Strike Dagger Dragon, Eradicator Yellow Gem Carbuncle, Fertility Eradicator Yuki, Force Wind Eradicator Shiva, Ionization Eradicator Capnus, Sacred Spear Eradicator Pollux, Soothing Eradicator Gyokumen, Spirit Beads Eradicator Neda, Stone Bullet Eradicator Hogi, Whistling Arrow Eradicator Kosenju, Worm Toxin Eradicator Seobo, Zephyr Eradicator Hayate. For grade 1s, we have Assault Eradicator Psyche, Ceremonial Bonfire Eradicator Castor, Conquering Eradicator Dokase, Deadly Eradicator Ui, Dust Storm Eradicator Toko, Eradicator Demolition Dragon, Eradicator Egg Helm Draco Kid, Eradicator of Fire Kokaiji, Eradicator Strike Slasher Dragon, Eradicator Wyvern Guard Gould, Flame Column Eradicator Castress, Grudge Toxin Eradicator Seobo, Lightning Fist Eradicator Dewey, Machine Gun Eradicator Kantao, Steel Blood Eradicator Shuki, Sword Dance Eradicator Hisan. Moving on to grade 2s, we have Assassin Sword Eradicator Susei, Double Gun Eradicator Hakusho, Eradicator Dragonic Death Scythe, Eradicator Lightning Phoenix, Eradicator Lawrence Force Dragon, Eradicator Saucer Cannon Wyvern, Eradicator Spark Rain Dragon, Eradicator Thunder Boom Dragon, Eradicator Unruly Dragon, Fiendish Sword Eradicator Cho-O, Homing Eradicator Roshishin, Iron Fan Eradicator Nirti, Lightning Blade Eradicator Gem, Supreme Army Eradicator Zuiten, Tracking Eradicator Dokakukuji, 2 Sword Eradicator Koenshank, and Undying Eradicator Shub. Moving on to grade 3s, we have Barrage Eradicator Zion, Demonic Sword Eradicator Ryo, Eradicator Anger Charge Dragon, Eradicator Dragonic Descendant Sigma, Eradicator Electric Sharper Dragon, Eradicator Ignition Dragon, Eradicator Sparkhorn Dragon, Eradicator Twin Thunder Dragon, and Polestar Eradicator Zuitan. And for grade 4s, we have True Eradicator, Aconitum Linshu. And boom, there you guys go. That is the entire Eradicator archetype for the Cardfight Vanguard TCG done. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications so that you guys know when my videos go live for you. If this is your first time here at the channel and you're still thirsty for some more Vanguard trivia action, go ahead and click right here for a video that I did on the Revenger archetype, or click down here for a video picked out just for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I've been your true champion, Steven. Please be sure to work hard, rest easy, and live well, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.